Hello and welcome to a very special edition of Comics Should Smell Good from here at Zanadu Comics in Seattle. I'm Will from ComicsBlend.com with a very special edition. I've got Casey and Morgan locked up in the Fortress of Solitude so I could talk about some cool books. If you've seen the movie, Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, don't go in on the internet and spoil it for everybody. Just keep it to yourself, but you can give comments to us here. Or if you've seen the movie and you want to know why, you want to just dive into more, we've got Batman books, we've got Superman books, we've got Wonder Woman books. You know, this is kind of the dawn of the new DC Cinematic Universe, so why not get caught up? This is a great collection, perfect timing. It's the Man of Steel versus Dark Knight. This is some of their greatest battles. I mean, this is Frank Miller, this is Jeff Johns, Jeff Loeb, Scott Snyder, all different eras from all the decades. This is some of the greatest of big battles between Superman and Batman while they fought. Another big pick, it all begins really with The Dark Knight Returns, and this special edition is actually The Dark Knight Returns and The Dark Knight Strikes Again. This is, of course, the big Frank Miller epic that influenced Tim Burton's Batman. It's got a huge influence on the new Batman vs. Superman that Zack Snyder's directing, and it's basically, if you're not familiar with it, if you are kind of a comics layman, welcome. If you know this and you've read it a gazillion times, bear with us a little bit and welcome all the new Bat fans in. But it's basically set in a future where Batman's retired, Superman is kind of a Boy Scout that's working for the U.S. government. He's kind of ethically compromised is a good way to promote, I'd say, this version of Superman. But he and Batman go at it, and a lot of the things that you'll see Ben Affleck wearing in the movie, I mean, there's so much visual influence from this. So this is definitely a must-have. And the third chapter of this, Dark Knight 3, The Master Race, that's continuous, actually happening right now. Frank Miller is still continuing the story. Those issues are here at Xanadu. But why does it always have to be a fight? Why can't these guys get along? These are three great volumes of Batman Superman here that I really like. This is Greg Pak and Jay Lee, the great artist. This is when the New 52 is kind of a new continuity. It kind of shows how Batman and Superman first met, teamed up together, actually worked together and get along. So if you've had enough of the fighting in the movie and you want to see how these two super dudes kind of get along, these are some great issues of the story. They go into Earth 2 for one of the adventures. One of my also favorite picks is Superman Unchained. Scott Snyder has been one of the ultimate Batman writers in the past couple of years, but this is him teaming with superstar artist Jim Lee for a really cool story called Superman Unchained. It's just awesome. That's all I need to say is those two creators, but it's a really fun, great Superman story just for Superman solo. And then, of course, you know, this is also, not only do you have Batman vs. Superman, you have Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot is just going to probably steal the show as a really awesome Wonder Woman lining up for her solo adventure. In the comics, Superman and Wonder Woman are an item. Who knows if they'll end up being a romantic couple in the movies, but this is a great adventure with those guys here. And lots of Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is the god of war in comics now, and so if you want some great stuff, this is a lot of cool stuff from Brian Azzarello, who did some great Superman stories, and David and Meredith Finch. So we got everything you want. And then probably my favorite book, one of my favorite battles between Superman and Batman was in Hush. Jim Lee, who I talked about before, superstar artist. I was away from Batman for a very long time. I didn't read it for a little while. I was off and on. But this was the storyline, a year-long storyline. Jeff Loeb, Jim Lee. It's got almost every Batman character you've ever heard of is in this book, and it's got a crazy, crazy cool fight between Superman and Batman. So there you go. If you've seen the movie, come on in. You want to know more about some great Batman and Superman stories when they fight, when they're friends, and of course Wonder Woman and all the future Justice League, come on in. Happy Batman vs. Superman Week, Dawn of Justice. We've got you here at Xanadu.